This is a book review of this. In Search of Giants, Bigfoot Sasquatch Encounters by Thomas Steenburg. The liner notes on the back say, read about a true life mystery. The puzzle of the Sasquatch has been ongoing since the first white men settled the West and heard stories from the native population about strange and elusive, large, hairy creatures. These stories have endured to the present day, and eyewitnesses continue to come forward. Unfortunately, no hard physical evidence has been produced. In Search of Giants, written by Thomas Steenburg, gives accounts of sightings that have occurred over the last 20 years throughout western Canada. Many of these encounters have never been written about before, and all offer insight into this lasting mystery. This book is sure to interest and intrigue even the most skeptical. And there's several... it's a continuation of his last book, which is Sasquatch Bigfoot, the Continuing Mystery. There's actually several interesting cases in here. Several newer cases that he wrote about, including a case where a person said he saw a Sasquatch standing on top of a cabin. And that's this sighting right here. Right there. He said he saw it jump off and run into the woods. Said it was a female because it had pendulous breasts. Now this individual who saw the one in the cabin, on top of the cabin, his stepfather saw it near the cabins and made a sketch, as you can see here. There's all kinds of interesting accounts in here. Footprint finds, sightings, ear witness vocalizations, things of that nature. There's British Columbia statistics, hoaxes in the lunatic fringe, mistaken identity and other errors. Like, for instance, this was thought to perhaps be a Sasquatch footprint, but it may indeed only be where a hooved animal actually dug out a little section of snow to get to some grass. There's this photograph, which was thought to perhaps be a Sasquatch, or two of these photographs, which were thought to be Sasquatch footprints, or a Sasquatch footprint, but may indeed only be where two deer footprints were together. Seems like there's quite a bit of mistaken identity that does happen in the field. There were two brothers who had a sighting on a bridge, or they were jogging towards a bridge and they had a sighting. This is the bridge in question. This is the town which is the bridge is close to. Here's an interesting sketch a lady made. The lady was on a train and says she saw this. Rather skinny looking Sasquatch, if indeed that's what she saw. But apparently she claims that she saw this from a train. And who's to say she didn't? We really don't know. There are many cases, many interesting cases in this book. I do highly recommend the book. I would recommend getting the book if you can. Here's a couple, Ralph and Jennifer Bob, who had a sighting. In fact, it was the sighting of the one where the guy saw it, the husband saw it, but the wife did not see it because she was covering the kids. And then there's the fascinating Crandall case, or Crandall campground incident, in which 4 witnesses said that they saw a Sasquatch, and that they actually saw it cross in front of their headlights of one of their cars. Here's an interesting sketch of what appears to be a Sasquatch carrying a young one. A couple of sketches, actually. Pretty interesting stuff. And here's the Bighorn Dam, or the ridge at the Bighorn Dam, where allegedly a 15-foot Sasquatch was seen. All in all, this is one of the best books ever written on the subject. I don't hesitate to say that. It really covers Western Canada very well. Alberta and British Columbia, those 2 provinces. By the way, I managed to get Thomas decided a couple of years ago at the Yakima Bigfoot Roundup. But yeah, fascinating book. I really do recommend getting this book. It's available at Hancock House. It's also available on Amazon, and it's well worth the price. It's not really expensive. It's just it's well worth getting, I think. It's a terrific book. I recommend it. I say get it if you can. Great book. Really great book.